Sir?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
under God, indivisible.
liberty and justice for all.
Roll call for the record, Mayor Lindsay,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Howe,
Here.
Councilor Crane,
Here.
Councilor Weeks is not here, and Councilor Humbert.
Here.
We have a quorum, you may proceed.
At this time, I would ask for a motion to approve the agenda.
I make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
We could please get a motion for the approval of the consent agenda.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we'll move on to new business. Public hearing will now open. The Village of Angel Fire is following to the public. Liquor license for Angel Fire Resort LLD DBA Frontier Plaza. I think that should read LLC.
Yes, it should be LLC.
Angel Fire Resort LLC DBA Frontier Plaza. License for Angel Fire Resort LLC DBA Frontier Plaza is now open for public comment.
Public comment before you hear from me?
You're the public.
I guess so. Mayor, council, Clerk Strickland. This is a fairly simple one. We had a dormant liquor license at the top of the mountain prior to my arrival here. This ski resort, as many ski resorts in New Mexico, revised their map to include essentially the entire ski area within the liquor boundary. So our liquor license that applies to the hotel, the Lift Cafe, that now wraps all the way down to Mountain House and includes Summit House. So there was a Summit House license that only applied to Summit House itself. So since that remapping, the Summit House license has been dormant ever since. All we are doing is asking to transfer that location down to our property at Frontier Plaza to cover unit number 4, not part of this process, but the resort's intention is then to lease that license to an operator for future use. That is essentially what's going on here. This hearing is part of the public process that the state requires in order to process the location transfer of that license. Stand for any questions?
I'm assuming that'll be 2 licenses on site then? You have one for the park itself and this will be
No.
the structure, or that's different?
No, so the park itself is not licensed permanently.
Got it.
So when, for instance, Cool Summer Nights.
Yep.
We file for a special dispenser permit
Got
based on one of our other licenses, and then provide the state with a map and all of that good stuff.
Got it.
Questions?
Okay.
For Angel Fire Resort LLC DBA Frontier Plaza is now closed for public comment. Moving on to item B, I'd like to open discussion to approve liquor license for Angel Fire Resort LLC DBA Frontier Plaza.
Mr. Mayor and Council, I know Mr. Manley already spoke, but I'm just gonna do my spiel on the portion that I take care of. Angel Fire Resort Operations has already had its public hearing with the New Mexico Licensing and Regulation Department. The business address located at 3365 Mountain View Boulevard is listed as a C1 office, a retail commercial zoning district, which allows eating and drinking in the establishment. The liquor license request has been posted in the newspaper for 30 days, and the village has not received any communication for or against this liquor license, and that's all I have, and I'll stand for any questions. Thank you.
further discussion or questions? That's Mayor Pro Tem how to make a motion.
I make a motion to approve a liquor license for Angel Fire Resort LLC, DBA Frontier Plaza.
Second.
Roll call vote on item B. Mayor Pro Tem Howe,
Aye.
Counselor Crane,
Aye.
and Counselor Humber.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Thank you very much.
All right, moving on to item C, open discussion to approve an RFP for synthetic grass. Brandon Prater presenting.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Mayor, Councilman, Clerk. Went to RFP. The evaluation committee has a recommendation for Global Maven Enterprises. We picked them because they have great references, have shown the ability to complete the project. I've seen pictures of other projects they've done in El Paso and all over the state. So looks great. They do come in a little higher than the others. They are recommending a higher end turf because they say that'll give us a lot longer life, will give us a better warranty and a lot easier to work with and will be a lot more enjoyable for a lot longer. So that is who we are recommending to move forward with. I do have Gilbert Espinoza on Zoom if we have any questions.
What are the questions are, did you select a final color texture at this point?
Gilbert, we're supposed to get them tomorrow.
Yeah.
What is it? Baby blue? What's it called?
Baby blue is what is recommended. So we sent 3 samples out there. And baby blue is what El Paso Schools District and the City of Las Cruces, City of El Paso have been using for the past couple of years for its durability and the lifespan that it carries with that. I think it's a 15-year warranty on that for the material itself.
We have a picture or sample of it or something we can see, or is it?
I have pictures on my phone.
Does this bid give us any options at this point, or is it one specific product that's included in this price?
Yes, we discussed that this morning. We can look at different options. If we wanted to go with a lower end option, that is something we could do. Correct, Gilbert?
Yeah, so the 3 options that we sent are the ones that are pretty much readily available within 2 weeks. There might be some other products out there, but are
Once you can get this done in June.
correct.
Okay. As far as the textures and colors go, that,
It's not blue color, huh?
No, it's green. It's like, it's a bluegrass type of material, like a type. No,
It's
not
not
blue.
Smurf turf.
No, it's bluegrass. Yes.
I don't think that's not blue. Grass a little.
If you give me a minute, I got a sample out here and I could show you, see if the light will do any different to it. So
Not any of the samples we have in the office,
It's not. Unfortunately,
so you haven't handled this one yet?
I've not touched it.
I guess my question to you, Brandon, is if we approve this, did they bid it for this one specific color and texture, or are there any options if this is approved?
This bid is for this one, well, it's not written on there that it's this one color, but they are willing to change to whatever we want, even a lower grade that's cheaper. We're not locked into this price or this
I'm
number.
not concerned about the grade as much as I am the color. I'll just say I
Okay.
was intrigued by the samples that we had at one meeting, and I was kind of hoping to see.
Do y'all remember that very first one we showed you with synthetic New Mexico synthetic? It was a bluegrass, but it's been a while now.
Again, I guess my only concern is that if we approve this, I want to know what we're approving.
Yeah.
Touch and feel and see.
Mm-hmm.
That's my concern.
Okay.
We don't.
It's a lot of turf.
He's put it in the mail earlier.
Gilbert, did you find one?
I did. I don't know if the lighting in here will justify it, It's,
Not blue, I think that's the important part.
Yeah, it's not.
it's not blue, yeah. But it looks like, it's got a little bit of brown in there, like the real grass does.
I'm glad to
And-
hear a little more natural looking,
Mhm.
not bright green.
And, and it's about 1.5 inches long. So it doesn't, if any longer than that, it's gonna be laying down more than anything. So we lay it in with, it's kind of like silica sand that we put in there, and we brush it out, and it makes it easy to keep, maintained. But what they look for is the back of it. It's really thick, and when you get the samples, you'll see the difference on it, and you'll feel it. So this is the one that they're using right now, throughout the schools and city parks and stuff like that. So looks really natural. Unfortunately, we couldn't get it out there on time. So
The sample.
the samples, right?
And that, do you have experience? I heard El Paso, but do you have any experience in higher terrain, snow country? With that product?
We've gone, in Albuquerque. So city of Albuquerque, and unfortunately my boss is out in, Indiana or something like that right now, but he couldn't attend, and he would be able to, fill you in with more of those questions or answers. But,
I
we've
asked
done-
this morning, and they haven't done anything up in this area, but it does, that type with the silica sand does really well with runoff and drainage, and he thinks it would handle the snow very well.
Obviously, the warranty is important.
Yeah, the 15-year warranty, which we asked for an 8 going in, and this product offers a 15.
Is this your highest end or on the higher end of quality spectrum?
No, so right now it's the highest end that is available to complete the project in your time frame.
Right.
So,
Where does it fall on the spectrum of quality in synthetic turf?
I wouldn't have that answer for you.
We're good. Yes, sir.
Let me see, give me a minute.
His boss said it was towards the higher, well, it's on the higher end. His owner of the business. Talk to him.
I think the sun baking could be more of a concern up here than the snow.
Between UV and
Yeah.
snow and ice. The 15-year warranty is great, but it's only as good as who's.
Right.
Well, how good is the warranty as far as natural disaster? Like you can have a 15-year warranty, but it may only cover
Some things.
some things.
Flooding.
Let's see. I'm trying to send the Zoom, see if we can get in. Let's see.
Perfect stuff, right? Is there a warranty on their install and work on that?
That's a great question.
Well, and without the other respondents, I realized they couldn't meet your time frame. Was it? And they were less expensive, but was it for the exact same product? Or is it?
No,
brand,
they were
different warranty?
lower end, they were lower products. And then, the 2 of the lower priced ones, they would be hiring a new crew to come up. They'd have to hire a crew to come up here. The ones that finished in the top 2, Global Maven being one of them, actually has a team that's full-time that does this pretty much year round. So they send their team of 6 or 8 up here who has experience, does it year round, and would do the install. that's another part of the price difference.
And the president just joined the conversation.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, this is Sam Ascar.
Hi, Sam. My name is BJ Lindsay. I'm the mayor of Angel Fire. And we just had a few questions. We didn't receive a physical sample in time, I understand. But Gilbert was able to show us one. We just had a few questions about the spectrum as far as the quality of turf you offer. Where this particular one falls on that spectrum. Is it a higher end, mid-grade?
It's between so the turf, the way it is, it's based on application, right? It's not necessarily a higher end, lower end. It's based on weight and application. And this particular turf, it has been tried and true for the actual application that we're trying to use it for right now, which is a high traffic public use. It's been used with the El Paso Independent School Districts and also on a commercial private spaces such as the Fountains at Ferris. So you want the pale or the height of the length of the actual blades to be not too long and not too short for a reason of cleaning and maintenance down the road, where they run vacuums or set the mowers on real high cleaning part where they can just vacuum everything from the top, so nothing gets stuck in between. The baby blue is what has been used in the past and what school districts and commercial places go for, and it's been standing the past 11 years with no problem in one of the commercial projects that was done with in the past.
Have you ever had any experience with this in a high altitude or more snow country? In other words, we'll have the amounts of snow sitting on it for an extended period of time. My concern would be maybe with an 1.5-inch blade, it might lay it flat and not.
It shouldn't, because we're actually using an infill on top. Absolutely, it's going to come laying down flat just because that's the way that it gets shipped to get rolled out. Once it gets rolled out, then they start using the brushes and whatnot against it. We're standing the blades up, and to keep it standing up, they will use an infill mix. So usually it's either a silica sand or a rubber. Since it's it's more for the public, not for a playground, we'll end up using a silica sand to basically hold the base of the blades to stand up, and it helps with pet waste and odor and whatnot, where it's not going to be retaining that the smell. So that's part of what the bid is. It's using the silica sand to help with the retainage of keeping the blades standing up. And once you brush them up with the rubber rollers, they'll stand up. But to keep them up in the winter times, the silica sand helps out a lot.
Will that have to be redone after each winter when the snow load comes off of it?
No, sir, it doesn't. It's a one-time application.
And then the 15-year warranty, can you give us a broad overview of what that covers?
So the 15-year warranty, it's a manufacturer warranty that will be transferred over to the end user and the owners. And that will cover any fades on the blades, the actual grass, the tears, the defects of the product itself. As far as our warranty goes, we cover it for the normal warranty period, which is 1 year. And quite frankly, we rarely get any calls or warranties after the 1 year. So once it's set, as I was explaining earlier, when we had everybody's meeting, we were talking to everybody. The main thing, it's the anchor nails and the bolts that goes into the ground. And we're using a 6-inch nails, they call it 60 double D. And those nails are actually expandable. So once they're they get wet, they get rusted, they made to expand into the surface, and therefore everything get held in place where it doesn't move anymore. If there's any issues that will evolve during that period, it will be within the 1 year period, because the nails are not as rusty, they're not held into the ground, or the ground just they're in. Sometimes, a lot of times, what happens is if we don't get enough moisture on the ground, the nails are just stay dry and they don't expand. And some areas will actually get wrinkles, or they get not necessarily a tear, but where the seam might start pulling away from one side, and that's when we come back and fix it up. But after the 1 year, it's on the installation part, you really don't have to worry about it much.
And I'm assuming that the nails then are designed to rust and
Correct.
won't ultimately deteriorate into nothing.
Not necessarily at that point. When I say designed to rust, it's more of a surface rust. I mean, you're talking about 20 years plus before they go out to where you will have to go back and add some more nails. They are basically at a 1 gauge nails. They're expandable, and especially I would worry about that portion in 20 years. After, I would say, after the 20 years, it would be on a small area where you would have a 10 by 10 square, 10 foot by 10 foot, where the grass is such a small space where it can actually get pulled, but not on 24,000 square feet. And the rolls are coming out 100-foot length. Each roll will be well over a ton for it to even move. I mean, we're going to have tractors and forklifts and whatnot to even be able to carry them from the trucks to the job site.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Anything else?
There's some
And-
rough grading in here. I'm assuming they've got to do some more work above and beyond what's already been done back there.
Yeah, you wanna talk about the finishing, Sam?
Yes. So when we chatted about everything, definitely what saved a lot of money is the bringing the infill in and it's being graded. But for us to go in and make sure that we have a perfect grade to ensure a runoff for the water. Again, we're dealing with turf, not an actual grass, so we want to make sure we have a slight slope where storm drain. All the rainwater has to be draining to one side, and it cannot puddle where it's at. So we'll have to run some laser levels and laser grades where we want to make sure that we have at least a half an inch throughout the whole field, basically draining towards one portion, and that will be determined aside which side you guys want it to be running off. So that's where that rough grading is going to be coming in from. Honestly, it's more of a fine grading than rough grading, but that's what the actual book that we have, it comes in as a rough grading, but it's more of a fine grading.
I just saw them both on the quotes, why I asked. So
So what it is, it's you'll end up moving some dirt from one side to the other, and then refine grain everything into one side. So it's just it's a detail. If your dirt work it's not prepped right, the whole job will not look good. You'll be able to see every hump, every valley, every peak that was not done right. So that's why we want to make sure we go in there with laser levels and run everything into before we install anything, and then compaction as well.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Nothing further. Mayor Pro Tem Howe.
I make a motion to approve the RFP for synthetic grass.
I'll second.
Roll call vote on item C. Mayor Pro Tem Howe,
Aye.
Counselor Crane,
Aye.
and Counselor Humbert.
Aye.
Motion passed.
I believe that's it for this agenda. This meeting is adjourned.